I'm Matthew Henderson, Chief Government Affairs Officer for the America First Policy Institute, and I'm sitting here with Congressman of Minnesota's 8th Congressional District. Now, Congressman, it's so great to have you. We really appreciate you having you in. If you want to go ahead and just give us a brief introduction and let our listeners know about yourself and your district, that'd be great.
Matthew, it's great to be with you. Pete Stauber, I represent Minnesota's 8th Congressional District, which is northeastern Minnesota. It's on the western edge of Lake Superior, and it's a beautiful district. I'm into my 8th year, 4th term representing them, and the economic drivers are timber harvesting, mining. We have a lot of higher ed, and the medical community is thriving in Duluth.
Well, Congressman, you've been a leading voice. You sit on the Natural Resources Committee, and you've really been a leading voice for America's mining industry, our mining community. And why is it so important that we mine critical minerals here at home instead of relying on critical minerals abroad?
Well, those critical minerals, the demand for them is only going up. They're going to be mined. Do we want to mine them here domestically with our labor and environmental standards, or do we want to export our environmental guilt and go overseas to the places like the Congo where they have zero regulations and they use child slave labor, for instance, to mine cobalt? We can do it here. We can lead the world. And in northeastern Minnesota, Matthew, we mine the iron ore. We've mined iron ore for 145 years. That makes the U.S. steel. 80% of U.S. steel is because of the iron ore mined in northeastern Minnesota, which we call the Iron Range.
Now, is there a chance, the more we mine here at home, that means the less we have to rely on foreign adversaries.
That's right.
So, in terms of us loosening the regulatory overreach that we've been so accustomed to under the Biden administration, we've had that thumb pushed down and so much regulatory burdens that's really prevented us from accessing, our energy dominance here at home. And you've led on a number of provisions, including your bill, the Critical Minerals Dominance Act, which saw success. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, what that does is it really it puts into law 3 of President Trump's executive orders that fall under the natural resources space. A lot of it is report language. For instance, one part of it says how much damage or what does it cost the United States of America to rely on foreign adversarial nations? It's questions like those that we have to get back. It is a tremendous loss for the United States not to mine domestically. The last administration, the Biden administration, was the most devastating. They were the most anti-mining administration in the history of this country. President Trump, Trump 45, obviously supported mining with his tariffs on imported steel. And then again, he supports critical minerals mining. We have what we call the Duluth Complex in northeastern Minnesota. Matthew, it's the biggest untapped copper nickel find in the world. And Joe Biden put a mineral ban, put a mineral withdrawal on 225,504 acres of the Superior National Forest in northeastern Minnesota, which by definition is a working industrial forest where mining and timber harvesting are desired activities.
Now, this has a significant impact on jobs, right? Everything that the House did, which here at America First, we're so happy for everything Congress has done with the One Big Beautiful Bill and the Working Families Tax Cuts, moving a lot of these regulations and a lot of the regulatory actions that relieved for American people and just jobs. It did a lot for jobs. So your bill specifically, do you anticipate a big impact on jobs in northern Minnesota in your district?
Thousands of jobs. One proposed mine is looking at 2,200 jobs.
Wow.
And Matthew, these jobs, on average in Minnesota, the average Minnesota miner makes $135,000.
Wow.
These are good paying jobs for Minnesotans, and we do it better than anybody, right?
That's right.
I'm proud of Minnesota. I'm proud of how we have mined the iron ore that has made 80% of this nation's steel. And I'm just as proud as we get this critical mineral mining, we're going to help our strategic national security. And with that, when we talk about domestic mining, we also have to look at processing and refining, right? We have to do it here. And it's going to take the political will again, a strong president like President Trump to say, we're going to process and refine here. And let's strategically work at locations across this great nation that will benefit us the most and our closest allies.
Well, we're so happy for your work and everything that you've done on this front. And we're here cheering you along the way. And here at America First Policy Institute, we want to continue to dive deeper into the research to support you and support your policies going forward. So we're very eager to see your bill move forward. And what do you think is going to happen with your bill? Are you optimistic about it? Or
So I'm very optimistic about both bills, not only the Critical Minerals Dominance Act, which codifies 3 of President Trump's executive orders, but the Congressional Review Act, which reverses Biden's mineral ban or mineral withdrawal that passed out of the House in a bipartisan fashion. And America First was there with me getting it done, and I really appreciate that. There was a lot of misinformation about what that Congressional Review Act did. What it simply did, Matthew, was reverse Biden's mineral withdrawal. It didn't greenlight any projects. Any project has to stand on its own, still go through the rigorous federal permitting and state permitting. And we had to really fight against a lot of misinformation and in some respects, outright lies by the anti-mining groups.
Well, we're here cheering you along the way, and we hope it eagerly passes soon. And it was refreshing to see. I think there was a record 21 CRAs that passed Congress and undid a lot of the Biden regulatory approach.
Yeah.
And we're relieved to see not only on the critical mineral front, but also I think it's something along the lines of the cheapest gas prices that we've seen in at least over 5 years, and that's thanks to President Trump and all the work you've done in Congress.
If you think about it, so I represent, Matthew, the oldest and the poorest congressional district in the state of Minnesota. When you talk about saving 50 cents or 75 cents or $1.10 on gasoline, that is real money for the constituents that I represent. Now, if you do that a couple of times a week, that's $40-50 a week just for one vehicle per family, right? One vehicle per family. That's a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
it's a lot of money. And the working families tax cuts, we know that it's going to save our blue collar families thousands of dollars. And I'm very happy with what we did and what it's going to do for working families and what it's already doing. I think that as tax season rolls around, people are going to really benefit from it. Our seniors, for example, the $6,000 tax credit, it's unbelievable. And they're going to, 81% of all seniors in this country are going to benefit because of that.
That's absolutely right. That senior deduction is something that is going to take effect this year, and we're already hearing from so many how much more folks are going to be getting back in their tax returns and finally going to take advantage of all the great work that you've done in Congress.
Yeah.
But Congressman, we thank you so much for all your work, and we're here cheering you along the way.
Thanks for all your support, and thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.